Thanks for joining. As as you know, we do this so that we can give tips and ideas. And I think your style is like amazing. I love your photos. So I remember
Alright.
you telling us a little bit last time about how you use your siblings in your images. But I'd love to know
Yeah.
a little bit more about your work as a creative director and what you've been working on lately.
Yeah, I've been a creative director for like quite some time. So as a creative director, I tend to tell stories, interpret ideas, or like I interpret stories generally. That's basically it. Interpret stories, and I love the use of colors also. So as you've seen so far in my work, so far so good. I've been working on a series called The Fisher of Men. It's basically inspired by a whole lot around me, by the conversations I've had, the travels I've made for the couple past weeks, and I really want to put it all out in my own form of storytelling. The Fisher of Men is like an idea for on religion, because I've had this couple of discussions with friends, with families, and we've been talking about how religion has affected us or has contributed to our lives as humans, as Africans, as Nigerian. Okay, from this part of Africa, as Nigerians. So we've been talking about how we've been exposed to it and how it has shaped our ideas and thoughts, how it has shaped our beliefs. So me titling it or calling it the Fisher of Men is how religion has fished us as Nigerians and has inspired us to be what we are, to do what we are doing presently
Like what?
as
What
humans.
is like what religion are people in Nigeria?
Yeah, for me, like my ideology on religion is quite different for people had conversations with their belief, their interpretations of the holy book, the Bible, the Quran, or the messages they've heard from their pastors, from their prophets. So like it is a whole broad thing, it's a whole broad system that I really would want to talk about it from my own perspective, interpreting it the way I really do understand how I
What is
have
the
been
way you
fished as a man.
understand it?
I understand religion to be a mind based thing. I understand religion to be something that shapes you, that makes you who you are. And for me, I really wouldn't say there's this thing they said, they call it the guardian of the brethren, the guardian of people to worship, and come together as worshippers. But for me, I believe me as a worshipper is me being me, understanding how and why I am really a Christian, why I'm really what I am as a believer, or as a believer in general. So me telling you what I believe as a believer, I believe that I don't know if it is really cool for me to talk more on religion or talk more about my religious belief here, but
Yeah, I don't.
I
Yeah.
believe, I believe the resurrection of Jesus Christ. But I believe that in that resurrection, there's something more. There's something more than what we hear from people. I also believe that the interpretations of the Bible, and I also believe that my own how do I call it? My own me being saved as a Christian
What do you? You're like dancing
has a
around the
whole lot.
topic. What is it? What's the point? I don't get it. Is there something you think people are
The point
missing?
is, the point is, I'm trying to paint my own vision or my own view of religion.
Which is
That's basically it.
which is what?
Which is Christ is in me, and I am. Should I use the word I am? I'm Christ on earth. I don't know. It's cool.
You're
But
what?
Christ is in me, and
Christ is
Christ
in
is
you.
in me. Yeah, that's basically it. And I'm what He says I am on earth. That's basically it.
Do you feel like it's because you feel like everyone else is like, or maybe religion is supposed to be made for judgment, and you're just trying to say like, this is who I am, and it's great.
Some people really judge you by it here. I don't know from where you come from. Some people really judge you by it here. Some people really talk about your salvation as if it is supposed to be she's supposed to be on a how will I put it? It's supposed to be on a certain kind of way. You get me? Like you being a believer has to be on a certain kind of way. If it's not like this, then it is not it. You get it? That is how it is. It's mostly judgmental here sometimes when you meet some people. So for me,
So your art
I,
is like really positive, I feel, and happy. Like, tell me about somebody asked a question. What comes in your mind before you create a new work?
yeah, sometimes I really have conversations. Sometimes I just get inspired by stories I've heard, and that's just it. I get inspired by stories I've heard, conversations, and I love. That's it. It's basic.
So, so talk to me a little bit about your use of colors and why you why you do that and how you do it.
Yeah, the colors are therapeutic. Colors are therapeutic. Like some consciously we don't know, some consciously we know, or some people do know that colors are therapeutic. So the use of colors for me to tell stories is also a means of me passing messages. It's also a means for me to conversate with you. Like sometimes I don't know. Probably I could get you a link. You could go read about color as therapy, and you should know why we dress the way we dress. Sometimes when we go out, the kind of colors we choose to wear when we are out, maybe every morning. There's a reason why you wear a certain kind of color. Subconsciously, you might not know, and I try to blend the message I'm trying to pass through in creating a piece, and also use the color to set emotion. Let me use the word emotion to set a message that's that illuminates the mind subconscious. So sometimes when you see my work, you get you get this. Sometimes I create some provocative works, and you just see it, and you get this message it gives to you just because of the therapeutic nature of the use of colors.
So how do you start to use it? How are people if they're starting off? How can they do that?
Yeah, I often like go get paint sometimes. I could go buy some paint. For example, I'm choosing to work with pink or I'm choosing to work with yellow. I could go to a store and get paint and create a backdrop. Most times I get like a plain wall and I get it painted and work with it. Sometimes I just have to to achieve those colors I use on my pictures by editing on an editing app such as Lightroom and the rest of it. So sometimes an editorial process. That's difficult to say.
How can people look for like inspiration around them? Like how do you find inspiration around where you live? Because I feel like what you do nicely is that you have your own style, but it's also unique and feels like it's resourceful. Like I feel like, okay, he uses his surroundings, the things that he sees, like the apple, like that. People
Yeah,
try so hard
subject.
to make images like that, and it just doesn't work that well. So how do you, first of all, know that it's a good idea, and then how do you make sure that it comes out in that way? I mean, obviously, it's hard to say that, but is there things that people can practice?
I feel like it is basically a you thing. For me, it is a me thing. I've been making pictures for like 7 years now,
Yeah.
and I have been like trying out things. I feel like standing out or being different is going to sell me at some point. So I I fell in love with the use of objects because I try to play with my environment. I try to play with things I see, connect it, and just make pictures. Then for like 3 years now, I started it on Instagram. I started putting my works out, trying to build a portfolio office or trying to make myself known.
Mhm.
So for me, I think, or I'm saying, it is a you thing. It is a personal thing. It is the kind of space I find myself in. Sometimes I'm being labeled weird, like a weird person or so, but it is like a personal thing. It is like, I don't know. I can't say it's a gift, but it is like the environment I find myself in. And I'm just trying to be creative with what I have.
How, tell me about like how your personality is. Like, what's your mindset like? Like your images strike me like that you're a very happy person. Is that your state, or are you overcompensating on the, like, what is your actual mind like?
I'm a free spirited person. I don't know. I could say I'm a free spirited person, and sometimes I get it rough. Sometimes I get it chill and cool. Like it happens. Emotion kicks in, and a whole lot of stuff goes on. But I've been through some tough times, and I could say those tough times had shaped me, had made me who I am. I don't really have it all figured out upstairs. But I'm chill, I'm good. I'm a simple guy. I don't really go out, so I have a whole lot of time to think, rethink, and rethink. You get that's me. My mindset is just my mindset is shuffled. It's a whole lot.
Shuffled?
It's me thinking. It's shuffled.
Do
Like I really don't like me saying I have a whole lot on my plate. That's me having a whole lot in my mind. Today I am this, tomorrow I'm that. Like some people say I have 4 or 5 personalities. Some people say I'm defined by a whole lot. But I'm defined by who by I'm defined by a purpose. My purpose. Like I feel like over the years I've took out time to ask myself what really is the purpose of life, what really is the purpose of existence, and I found out that the purpose of life is based around my ordinary existence as a human being. That's it, yeah. The purpose of life is based around my ordinary existence as a human being. And it is left for me to choose what I make out of it.
So you were talking about the religious project that you're working on. What is the end goal with
Yeah.
that? What do you want to achieve after that, or who do you want to see it?
Yeah, I really want to like paint. I really want to like, for example, I'm going to make a picture. I'm trying to make a picture for it, like an image to display the fisher of men. But there's going to be a poem, like a poetry with it, that is going to talk more on the 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 mentality of some religion, also some religious people I'd come across here in Nigeria,
Mhm.
and I'm going to like try to infuse words to to really display those conversations I've had for like a week now. I've been with this auntie of mine. She's quite old, so we've been having these conversations. But you know, when you have conversations with old people and you are of this new generation, there's this gap, and you try to fit in and you try to understand why it was done that way then and why it is being done the way it is now. So over time, we've had those conversations on religion, on judgment, and the rest. So I feel like I will use this project to to create conversations. Yeah, to create conversations, and I'm looking forward to showing it on maybe big exhibitions and all. So I didn't want to call it a conversation starter project, basically.
Awesome. Well, what's your
Yeah.
what's your like ultimate goal or dream?
My ultimate, my dream, my ultimate goal at this point in time is to be able to live long life lasting message. I would want to create works that will stand the test of time, that will treat life issues. Yeah, that will treat life issues. I think I've started doing that. I made a piece called Healing,
Mm.
and I've been able to see, to get some reviews, and I'm really touched, and it's touching life. It's keeping that legacy I really want to build. And I know I'll do more, hopefully, with the grace of God. And well, I know I will do more. I'll really do more.
I know you will too. Um,
Thank you very much.
have you contributed to the book? Have you submitted a 2020 essay? Basically, it's like a Humans of New York style book, but it's a book of the best photos of 2020 around the world. and each
Yeah.
photo is going to have a story next to it. We're picking 300, and it's going to be sold everywhere, like Amazon, Target, Barnes and Nobles. It's going to be printed for the next 5 to 10 years, but each person gets their
Cool.
photo and then the story next to it. So I think they're looking for like 10 more people for it. But I love your stuff. Like, I wish if you have something like that about religion or something you want to talk about specifically to
Yeah.
2020, um, so if you have like a photo ready and you can just say whatever you want to say, I'll get you into the account and you can just submit it there, and I'll let
All
you know.
right. All right. I'd love that to happen, please.
I would love
Really love
that.
that to happen.
I think we have another person from Nigeria. We're trying to get like somewhere from everywhere in the world. Um,
All right.
but I like yours because I feel like they're happy, and a lot of ours are really sad. They're like in the hospital rooms or like kids in their bed. So maybe we can get
True.
something more like fun. That would be awesome.
All right. Thank you very
And
much.
and
I'll do it
and
just that.
it's paid too. So
It's pay. It's hope they will give us plenty money.
I'm trying. I'm literally that's my mission in life. Uh,
All right. Thank you very much.
so
Because I mean, there's a whole lot of starving artists, and
I'm
it's
trying.
really not a
I'm
thing.
literally calling
Yeah.
everyone like use our photos because this is who our artists are. Um, trying to break barriers, but it's working. Like some people are making this month like $500 a month. So
All
we
right.
just need to get
That's
more
something.
like if people get like around 100 photos a page, that's better because people are having like 6 photos on their page and then they're wondering why they're not getting paid. But there's also other opportunities coming in. Like we are now pitching like we did photos for Obama's book. That was really cool. So those are up on the website. You can see some of our
Yeah.
artists were responsible for that. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of projects going on, and that's all in the perks. So let me get you in so that you can check out those perks.
All right. I really appreciate that too, though.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. All
Yeah.
right. Thanks, Cole. Okay. Bye.